What is up, YouTube? I haven't posted anything in some time with COVID and everything, but today I'm gonna post something a little bit different. I have, since COVID started, I don't even know how this started, but I now have a house full of reptiles. um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I might do a few videos just on who they are, how I got them, and how to care for them, and how to love them and have fun with them. So today I want to introduce you guys to my newest little buddy. Um, I actually picked up a hatchling iguana. So he's going to be, once full grown, he's going to be probably, well, females range, they go from between 3 feet full grown and then like 6 feet for like the really big males. I have a hatchling, so I have no idea if it's going to be a male or a female. But he's cute as fuck. I call him a he just because I call everything a he. I haven't named him yet either. Because I keep thinking in names and then I'm like, it doesn't suit him and this and that. So if you guys can think of any cool names for the cutest little fucking iguana on the planet, let me know in the comments. We need names. Cool names. Original names. Maybe even names in other languages. I don't know. I was Googling like beautiful and amazing in like 20 different languages to see what it translated to maybe see if I wanted to name him something like that. But I don't know. I'm just really, I don't know what to name him. I've named all my other ones. No problem. So far our collection consists of 2 bearded dragons. I have 2 females. They are housed together. They came housed together. I rescued those. Those were my first ones. I love the beardies. They're super sweet. They're super cuddly. They're the ones that I handled the most. And then I've got a albino California king snake that we rescued and who has been doing amazing since we've had him. But I'll post videos. I'll do separate videos for each of them, I think. And then I've got my crested gecko in the corner there. She's a nocturnal baby, and I don't really handle her very much. I don't know. Cresty seems so delicate to me that and she's nocturnal, and I have a tank that you have to reach in from the top, and I don't want to stress her out. So we talk through the glass, and I feed her, and sometimes I'll get like a little pet in before she runs away, but she also still has her tail. So I don't want to stress her out so that she drops her tail because she's like a year and a bit and she doesn't look like a frog yet. So kind of want to keep it that way. She's super fucking cute though. Oh my God, she is so cute. But yeah, okay, back to the point of the video, which is my little iguana baby. So yeah, I am going to get him out of his enclosure, which takes a minute because he is a hatchling. So he spends his time running around. So I put my hand in, and of course he runs from it. I'm big, I'm scary. What the fuck does this person want from me? So I kind of just follow him around the enclosure with my hand, and he eventually gets tired of running, and then I'll just pat his back a little bit, and as long as he stays still, I pet him, and then I'll slide my fingers under and gently pull him out. I've had him since Saturday. Today is Wednesday, so it's been a whopping 5 days, and I've been working with him every day, 2 to 3 times a day. I'll take him out, hold him, and I try to hand feed him. He'll take a bite of this or a bite of that, but he's so little still. He eats pretty well on his own. I heard I was going to have huge issues trying to get him to eat. I might have to force feed him at first and all this, but he picked up greens. The minute I brought him home, he ran away with a piece of collard green as soon as I put him in his enclosure. So, winning on the feeding portion. Kind of winning on the handling portion too. He's adapted really well, actually, really quickly too, because every time I take him out, it takes less and less time. He calms down a lot faster each time. And like I said, it's only been 5 days. So fuck yeah, little dude, you're doing amazing. Okay, so I am going to turn this part off. I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you guys his enclosure, him in his enclosure, and I'll kind of explain what I did for his setup, and then I will pull him out and show you guys. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, so this is I believe it's a 40-gallon Exoterra front opening enclosure. It is bioactive, so I believe the substrate is a mixture of bark, peat moss, dirt, leaf litter, and a few other things mixed into the soil. And then I put isopods and, oh God, what's the other little bugs? I'm not sure what the other little bugs are, but there's 2 kinds of bugs in the substrate. That's his little water dish. I gave him like a little in-ground pool. I buried a Tupperware dish into his substrate. So if he were to decide he can drink from that, he can bathe in that, he can soak in that, he can do whatever he wants. And then of course I added in a few live plants. Once they grow in, they'll look a lot better. My glass is already fucking filthy because this thing well, when I first got him, I didn't have my fogger. Now I have a fogger set up that came in yesterday. But, so I was misting this thing like literally 101 times a day. It was crazy just to keep the humidity up, and then the soil got soaked and it was just like, holy fuck. So we had to order the fogger, which is, I'll take you guys around the back to see his fogger here. So it sits in behind the enclosure here. I just put it on the first setting because it's a 40-gallon enclosure, so it doesn't need tons. And then that's what happens. The fog starts coming in, and then it just fills the enclosure with some humidity for him, my little buddy. So yeah, what else do I have in here? I have some climbing branches. I have some cork bark for him to climb on. He can bask either on that little top ledge there, or he can go down a little bit to that one. He does like to bask on the cork a lot. And then I have another little piece of cork back there, just leaned up against his background so that he's got a little bit of a hide. But I didn't put tons of stuff in here, just so that getting him out is not the like mission of my life. Because here, I'll show you guys quickly what he does when my hands go in here. And he scurries so fast. Hi, baby. You're okay. Huh? You're okay. You're okay, my love. It's okay. Where are you? You're good. Come on. So we'll do this for about 10 minutes. And then he eventually calms down. But now I started and I can't give up. So this means I'm going to turn this off and get him out for you guys before he jumps out of his enclosure. Because now he's down here. Okay, I will be back when I have him in hand. All right, so we got the baby out. He is doing amazing. Took me about 5 minutes to get him out of his enclosure. Just like I said, letting him freak out, letting him run around. And then he gets tired and he goes into a corner. And I just stroke his back gently. And then I kind of slide my fingers underneath and pick him up very gently. And I don't even have my hand closed around him. Like, he's just not moving. I just have my thumb there so that if he does feel like he's going to jump, that I can kind of get a little bit of a grip on him. But you don't want to hold these guys tight. You don't want to restrain them, especially as a hatchling, because they're so fragile and you don't want to hurt them. He is just the sweetest fucking thing. I've never had a baby lizard. Like, my beardies were 2 and 4 when I got those guys. My snake was 4 years old, and my cresty, it was a year and a half. So my cresty was a juvenile. But this guy is my first hatchling. But I think with an iguana the size that this guy is going to be, that this is the best way to go. It's like when I got my dogs. I have 2 really big mastiffs. I would not want to rescue a mastiff or a pit bull. Like, I know rescues are great and all, but when you get a dog that size, if you end up with one that is aggressive, or, you haven't grown up from a puppy, then you don't really have the confidence, I would think, that you would if you've known this animal your whole life. So that is what I'm hoping with this guy, that since we raise him since a hatchling, and I work with him like this every single day, 2-3 times a day, and he's already gotten so much better. Even when I missed his cage down now, because I still miss him even with the fogger. I missed him twice, once in the morning, once at night, because I spray him down, which hydrates him. But when I first started doing that, oh my God, he would run all over his enclosure. He was so scared, poor little guy. But I talked him through it, and I just nice, gentle voices, and I'm like, you're okay, buddy, you're okay. And then now every morning he looks forward to his misting, and in 5 days, that's all it is. And he's just like a totally different little dude. It's amazing. I can't wait to be able to put my hand in his enclosure and be able to just pet him, though. That's gold. But apparently with these guys, that can take a while. But we've got 20, 25 years, apparently. So we got nothing but time. We'll make it work. And I think just doing this with them day after day after day after day, he'll get it. I'm not here to hurt him. I just want to love him and feed him and let him live his best life. So, yeah. Oh, one part I didn't cover when I was doing his enclosure is I do have a UVB light set up top with a 100-watt basking bulb. And then I do have the humidity and heat gauge. I have digital gauges that I bought that are nice and big, so if I'm across the room, I can kind of just peek over and check everybody, make sure they're all doing good, everything's where it's supposed to be. So yeah, I do have those set up in his enclosure as well. But yeah, this is my baby. Isn't he the cutest? Y'all need to help me name him. I was looking at star constellations and other things last night, but I can't find anything that I like, so y'all need to help me. But yeah, we need to name him. So far his name is Baby, because I call him Baby because he's a baby, but he is my heart for sure. I fucking love this dude. Love him to pieces. And see, he's just chilling in my hand, just chilling. 5 days I've had this guy. He's fucking amazing. He's got his eyes closed, so too much stimulation. I don't think he really likes the camera very much. They say when they close both their eyes, it's to block out stimulation. So I'm talking, the TV is actually on, just the volume's off. And then he's got this big camera in his face. So I don't know. I think he's done well for today. So we're going to say bye to the baby, put him back home and give him his breakfast. Hey, you did good, my baby. You're so calm. Such a good baby. All right. So this is the baby iguana. We need a name for him or her. So unisex names would probably be the best idea because we still don't know if it's going to be a girl or a boy. A couple months, hopefully. And I will be doing regular vlogs with this guy because I want documentation of how he grows and what we've done. And it's more of a personal thing, but yeah. Hopefully you guys get some enjoyment out of it too. You get to watch my baby grow all the way from a hatchling. This is going to be amazing. I'm so scared, but I'm so excited at the same time. I just have a very healthy respect for everything that can go wrong with these guys. As far as his setup and his care and his food and all that, I know I'm A1 with that, but taming and raising up a baby all by myself. If anything goes wrong, I got nobody else to blame but me, right? This could get interesting, but I love him. I'm confident I will at least be able to give him his best life. So, say bye, everybody. I'm going to go home and eat Becky now. I love him. All right, you want to go home, mister? You want to go back in there? All right. There you go, buddy. Go home. And he's back home. All right, dudes. Names. Lots of them. Talk to you later. All right, so I missed a few things, so I'm going to come back. I didn't cover at all what they eat. So I just gave him his breakfast. That is a mixture of collard greens, watermelon, dandelion greens, zucchini, and some butternut squash. The zucchini and butternut squash I shred with a cheese grater. The dandelion greens and collard greens I cut up super small, just because he's tiny. And with reptiles, you're not supposed to feed them anything that's bigger than their heads. So therefore, his shit is cut up real small. I know it looks big because of the camera, but I swear to God, it's tiny. Also, a thing I wanted to mention as far as socializing this guy goes, I have like a shoebox size apartment that we live in, and now we've got one enclosure there with the snake. That big thing in my bedroom you see right there is my bearded dragon tank. And then I've got Suji, my Cresty, in the corner here. So this guy is on my coffee table. Yeah, right in the middle of my living room, so that he hears people walking and talking and the TV's on and Vegas barks constantly. Just so that he gets used to everything. So we put him smack dab in the middle of the house, only in the morning though, because I do have an AC unit there that I run at night and it gets hot. That's why my snake and my Cresty are out here. They don't require heat as long as they stay above 70 degrees at night. They're fine. So I set my AC for 70 and they're good to go here. So this guy though, at night, because he needs to stay at between 75 and 85 degrees at night, I actually take him from the middle of the living room and he sleeps on the end table in the corner of my bedroom. So while we're here, these are my beardies. That is Nipsey up there, the big gray girl. And this is Ipsy, my little orange girl. And they're just waking up. Their lights just went on. I brought them in their breakfast. And fortunate for me, these guys pretty much eat the exact same thing as the iguana. There's a few little dietary differences that I can give the iguana that I cannot give the beardies. Things like bananas and what else? I don't know. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there is a few things that this guy can eat that the beardies cannot. So, but for the most part, as far as greens and vegetables and stuff, it's basically the same. You know, you don't want to feed spinach, kale. They bind calcium. Also, one thing with the iguana, so he gets calcium on his greens because he doesn't eat crickets and stuff like the beardies do. So I put his calcium directly over his greens, but this one is without D3. It has something to do with the I think it's the UVB light and the food they eat, and they produce their own phosphorus. So if you're giving them the D3 with the calcium as well, they kind of get like an overload of D3 because they produce enough of it themselves. So therefore, the calcium that the iguanas get is without D3. My beardies get calcium with D3. So yeah, I just wanted to mention those few little things that I'm doing with him to socialize and what he eats. And yeah, I believe that's it for this video. We'll let you guys say goodbye to the handsome little fella. Say bye, baby. Say y'all need to come up with a name for me, for my mommy. And I will post again at some point about him. I'm going to try and do like monthly updates mostly so we can see how he's growing and how big he's getting. And I'm going to be, and there goes Vegas with the barking. And see, he's not scared at all. He's still under his light because he's been in here for 5 days now. He's getting used to it. But yeah, I'm going to be building him a new enclosure pretty soon. I'm thinking I might turn that dresser into an enclosure for him because that would last him a really long time. Just take the drawers out, add some doors, and fill it up with shit. And then he can live underneath my snake, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. It's still a thought process, or I might take my beardies and put them on my walls here on shelves. I don't know. Lots of thought processes going through my head, but this guy is going to need a bigger home real quick. So yeah. All right, guys, I think I've rambled on enough about my little babies for one day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you want to watch him grow with me. And like I said, names. Look at that little face basking in his sun. He's the sweetest. All right, bye, guys.